Hey everybody, welcome back to the Battlefield Theologian YouTube channel. We are in the middle of our hermeneutics class. I hope that you are enjoying this. So today, we're really going to start to connect the dots here. I've got 6 little points to get through here in the practical approach that I use when I get into scripture that I hope that you will adopt as well, as this is going to help you. So I'm going to kind of go through these pretty quickly since a lot of this I've already covered in other videos. I'm just going to kind of elaborate this. So you open up the Bible, you find a passage, here's what you need to be doing. Identifying the author. Who wrote it? Why did they write it? Where were they when they wrote it? That's another key point. The second thing is identify the audience. Who were they? Where were they? Were they Jews? Were they Gentiles? That's important, right? We're going to cover that later. When was it written? What time period? Was it after or before Christ? Were there apostles left? Who was in government at the time, right? So like, was it during the time of Rome? If so, which was the emperor? What emperor was reigning at that time? Because that's going to help you out a lot, especially when it comes to Christian persecution. Number 4, what were the social conditions at that time? So this kind of ties back into when it was written, but what are the cultural considerations for the location in which it was being written? So as Paul's writing to the church in Corinth, what was the economic or the social conditions in Corinth, right? Or if Moses is writing to the Israelites when they're in the middle of the desert, what would that have been like, right? What would that have meant to them? As you're sitting in your air-conditioned room reading about the 40 years in the desert, which wouldn't be fun. Okay, number 5, what genre of this literary style is it? So in the scriptures, we've got several different genres in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. And it's important for you to identify this, as this is going to assist you greatly in your hermeneutics. The first genre in the Old Testament we're going to run into is poetry. The next one, narratives. That's one of the easier ones to interpret. Then we have the law. Then we have prophecy. Then we have wisdom. So those are the genres in the Old Testament. Now, a lot of the ones in the Old Testament, some of them carry out into the New Testament. And the New Testament, we have obviously the Gospels, right, which is a form of narrative. We have the Acts, right, and we have epistles, right, letters, and then we have Revelation. So those are like the easiest way to break down the genres of these literary styles, which will help you in your interpretation. And then the 6th point, what is the occasion of the writing? Does the text indicate why it was written, right? Did they say, did Paul in his book of Galatians say why he wrote it? Well, yeah. All right, that's going to help you out too. And does the writer address specific people in locations? That's helpful because you can Google those names, you can look up those names, and it can help you kind of get deeper into the passage. So those are the 6 takes we use initially approaching the text. The next video is what do we do when we interact with the text, and we're going to have another example. We're actually going to work through some examples together, and I'm going to help you guys out. So if you like this video, hit subscribe, turn on the notification button, and don't forget to watch the next video.